Hi, this is Hawaii00000, and in this Axon tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you to build your first robot. The most important part of a robot is the microcontroller, or the brain. Today we're going to be using the Axon 2, which is this board right here. The Axon has 58 I/O ports, it can control 25 servos, and it has 3 UART ports directly available. A fourth is used for the USB. The pins located here and here supply a 5-volt regulated output. The 2 pins here supply 3.3 volts. Finally, the pins here and here supply an unregulated power source from the battery. We'll discuss this more in the next section. For more info about the Axon 2, go to societyofrobots.com/Axon2. All robots need power, which makes batteries essential to the building process. This is a 9.6 volt nickel-cadmium battery from an RC car. If I connect the switch to the battery and plug it into the Axon, I can control the flow of power to the board. When I flick the switch, the red LED comes on to show the board has power. The battery should be plugged in the top left-hand corner where it says battery. The black wire should be facing out and the red wire should be in the middle. Plugging a servo into any of the unregulated pins and using a battery with a voltage above 7 volts can cause damage to the servo. Consequently, a 6-volt battery is recommended with servos. To build a moving robot, you're going to need either servos or motors. I'd recommend that a beginner start out by using a servo. This servo here is a HS311 that has been modified for continual rotation. For more info about modifying servos, go to societyofrobots.com/actuators_modify servo. In this section, I'll discuss 3 different types of sensors that you can use in your robot. The first sensor is an ultrasonic sensor. It's used to measure the distance from your robot to an object in front of it. This sensor should be powered by the 5-volt regulated supply on your Axon board. The next sensor is a PIR module. This sensor uses radiant heat to detect motion and can only be used on stationary robots. It can be powered by either the 3.3 volt or the 5-volt power supply. The final sensor, which is actually a component, uses a simple circuit to operate. It detects changes in light and reports it back to the microcontroller. These components are very cheap and can be bought in packs of 4. For more information about using photodiodes, go to societyofrobots.com/schematics_photoresistor. After choosing your batteries, microcontroller, and servos, it's time for construction. This chassis here was made from an old cutting board and a caster wheel. I pre-drilled the holes for easy construction. First off, we're going to add a sensor. This sensor, a sonar sensor, can be used to make a wall-avoiding robot. Here's a fast forward of the sensor being attached. The sensor is simply screwed in place. Next, I'll attach the battery to the bottom. The battery is simply velcroed on. After the battery is in place, the switch is connected. Next, the Axon itself is mounted. Here, I used 4 long screws and 4 nuts to stand it off the chassis. In this final step, the wheels and servos are added. The wheel is simply a CD glued to a servo. When mounting servos, it is best to use specially made brackets, which can be bought online. For this demonstration, the servos are simply attached using Velcro. After making the final connections, your robot is complete and ready for programming.
That concludes today's tutorial. Please rate and tell a friend. Thanks for watching.